My name is Malene. I am the Playful Knitter, both here on YouTube and on Instagram. If you want to head on over and check out what's going on over there. I am a Danish knitter. I am coming to you from a very rainy northern part of Denmark today. I hope that the sound won't be messed up too bad because of it. But, oh well, it's ambiance, right? I knit and I play music. So on this podcast, if you've not been here before, what you can expect is to see lots of knitting, and I will chat about what I've got going on and what's off my needles. And then I'll also play some music for you on the piano right here. Okay, you can't see the keys because I got all kinds of things stacked up on them, but whatever. I recorded a little piece of music yesterday, so I will do an overlay with some footage from a vacation that we took. So yeah, before I get started with all the knitting, I have a couple of things that I want to say today. Nothing bad, so don't worry. I just want to say that, oh my gosh, I am so grateful. You guys, I can't even stress enough how happy all of this is making me. I just hit 6,000 subscribers. And yes, there will be a gratefulness present because of that at the end of the episode. And I also have a winner from last episode to announce. So, but you leave me so many sweet comments, and I don't know, I just love to read them. I love to chat with you guys. It's such a treat. And since last time, a couple of things have happened. Summer sock camp is going on, and the Danish equivalent, Sommerstrømpestrik, is also still going on until end of August. And what my friend Karin and I are doing with our Sockknittersclub, we have patterns on Ravelry. We are donating 10 kroners per sold pattern for breast cancer research. And you guys, we hit a number I would never even have imagined. I know it's not huge compared to so many other things, but we're just at the mark where we can donate 2,000 Danish kroners. That's about $300. And I'm just so grateful. You know, every little drop counts. I also want to send a special shout out and thank you to Chavis, wonderful Chevy Rell. If you don't follow her podcast here on YouTube, you must. I love visiting with Chavis. I've told you about her before, but she's just, yeah. If I could choose a person to just sit down and chat with for hours and hours, I would choose you, Chavis. And yeah, I didn't tell you that I have a husband and 2 girls and also 2 cats. And you can hear them right now. It is a very, very rainy day, and my boy still wants to go outside. And the only reason that he wants to go outside is so that he can come inside and be dried with a towel, because he loves that. So I will just hit pause and go let him out. So I can hit pause again in a couple seconds and dry him. Hold on. Chavis went live with Yarn Birds on Instagram. Such a lovely live. And she was sweet enough to mention me, and she also mentioned me in her last podcast. And you know, it shows when we talk about each other, because you guys are just so sweet that you just travel all around YouTube and visit all the kind podcasters that we recommend. So thank you all so very, very much. I really, really appreciate it. Also, I mean, yeah, it's going crazy for me. I was watching Lisa knit all the yarn. Today I remember. I don't know where my brain was last time. We'll see if it's here today. I was watching Lisa with Knit All the Yarn, and she was saying that her friend Amy from Happy Little Yarn had done like a whole list of podcasters that she had linked and that you could go check out. And I was like, yeah, I want to see if there's somebody else that I should follow. So I went on there. And to my astonishment, I saw my own name on there. I mean, I'm just little old me in Denmark. Yeah, I don't even know what to say except for thank you, Amy, and I will link that list. Okay, I am company. This is Miss Cipher. She's not the one who wants to go outside and be dried, so she's still inside with me. Are you gonna come visit today? Yeah. I will link Amy's list below, so you guys can go check out and see if there's some other podcasters that you should maybe go follow. It's such a great list. She has the YouTube channel, the Instagram, the name, when they podcast, everything. It's very, very nice. So yeah. Okay, but let's jump on in to all the knitting. I've got some FOs, I've got a couple of whips, got some eye candy to show you, and some very, very happy mail to share with you guys, as well as the giveaways. So here we go. For maybe a little over a year now, I've been test knitting some patterns for Stephen West, mostly socks, but also some shawls. And this one that I'm going to show you right now just came out. It is the Picnic Shawlette. I knit this Shawlette in July of last year, and I've been itching to show you guys because, as you know, I love to knit, just garter or knit stitches, and this Shawlette just brought me so much joy to make. So there is a couple purl stitches in here, but I didn't mind, and I feel like if I don't mind, it's a good one. So here's my version of the Picnic Shawlette. It really is a Shawlette, so it's also, it doesn't take too long to knit it. If you want to see the back, this is what it looks like. It's even pretty on there too, and this is the front. I really, really like this. I always want to say structure, but that's not the right word. Texture. Texture. And you can see Stephen's own version right here. And here's him wearing it. This was my first, and I can't believe it, this was my first time knitting with single merino, and I'm in love. It's, what a pleasure. The yarn is from the Danish yarn dyer, It's Yarn. 2 colors, this minty green, light bluish is called Strandvejen, that means beach road. And this golden brownish is called Løvfald, that is falling leaves. And it's just, it's so soft and so lovely. I would definitely knit this again. When and if I have the time. You know, there's always so many things you want to cast on. I really want to cast on all the things right now. I want to knit more socks. I want to knit myself at least 1 cardigan. I have at least 3 shawls that I want to knit. So yeah. Okay, that was my only FO that is not socks. At a summer sock camp, you know, gotta knit all the socks. So I'll just run fairly quickly through these. I'll try anyways, you never know. These are my first finished pair. I showed you them as a whip last time. They are the Mermaid Waves socks by Kim from 3 by the Sea Designs. And I copycatted Kim totally by using a self-striping yarn for my second version, and then substituting the heel flap and gusset that she has in the pattern with our own Wrap 'em All heel by Sockknittersclub. And I really, really like the result. I think this pattern is amazing for self-striping yarn. It's so pretty. And I made a mistake. I don't know. I've made this mistake before. Right before the beginning of the toe, you do a little garter ridge right here, and it's not supposed to be under the foot. But I don't know. I was just knitting away and I didn't think. So yeah, it doesn't matter. I tried them on and I can't feel it. So, oh well. I don't mind. It's fine. But just to say, that's not the way it's written in the pattern. So yeah. The yarn for these, has a buddy, a friend, a sock friend. Oh yeah, sorry. The yarn is by Alonelysocklady. It was part of her Advent sock sets last year. Can I remember? North Pole Tea Party. Yeah, that's the name. Beautiful colors. Oh my gosh. And I feel like this contrast just, yeah, it just sets it all off perfectly. My next pair of socks is a pair of vanilla socks, but then I did a little ruffle up on here just to liven things up a little bit. But other than that, they're just a Wrap 'em All vanilla sock by Sockknittersclub. So the heel right here, you can see it's short row. That's the word I'm looking for. Short row heel, but it also have a little bit of a gusset, so it gives you a little bit more room for if you have a higher instep. So yeah. I knit all my socks on a 2.25 millimeter needle, Chiaogu red lace. Those are my favorite. And I usually cast on 56 stitches, and then right at the end of the leg, I increase to 64 stitches, and then I do the heel, and then just, if there's a gusset, and then for the foot, I have the 64 stitches. And then I learned something, I can't remember where I saw it, because I'm pretty sure that I always tell you guys that I do a rounded toe, but I don't think that's correct. If you know better, don't hesitate to let me know in the comments. I love to learn new stuff. But I actually think that this is called a wedge toe because I'm just gradually decreasing right on each side. So it has these kind of wedges right here. Yeah, I think it might be. And that's a toe I usually make. I've tried others, but I just feel like this fits my foot very well, so that's what I do. Yes. Oh, the yarn. I call these my Lakeview socks because the yarn, the colorway is Lakeview by Ladybug Yarns. And maybe if I get up all close, maybe not because, oh yeah, right there. It has a bit of stellina in there. It's so pretty. So, so pretty. This is a high twist yarn. Is that a 2-ply? I don't know. But it's high twist, and for that, I think next time I'm knitting with that type of yarn, I might go down to a 2 millimeter needle because I feel like I like my socks, the fabric a bit more dense. So yeah, I think it would be better. There's nothing wrong with this at all. It's pretty. I just like that type of fabric. It's a bit more, yeah. Okay, another test knit. I've shown you this already because the pattern is out, the Mingling Dasies socks, but I am finally finished with my second sock. These socks are by Stephen West. So much texture on here, and I love it. So pretty. And he has let me see if I can show you, the garter ridge, heel flap, and gusset. I like that. It fits my foot well. And it's nice to knit. Less purl stitches. So what's not to love, right? But he has a tendency to do the longest cuffs in the world. And as you guys might know, if you've been here before, I'm not a fan of knitting cuffs, and definitely not of knitting 2x2 ribbing, because I don't think I'm good at it. It doesn't turn out neat, very neat. But I don't know. I'm okay with these. I think they turned out pretty good, if I might say so myself, but I actually think that's because the yarn and the needles they were a perfect match. These two greens right here are Mominoki yarns. I bought those at stephenandpenelope.com. This is Evergreen and this is Carrie. And this one right here is a superwash merino nylon from Ladybug Yarns. It's called Magic Clay. And now, finally, it has a sock body. It's been a while since I finished a pair of socks for Lars, my husband. Go figure, because I always have some on my needles, but I don't know, they just got pushed back, so. But now they're done. These are just a plain vanilla sock with a slip stitch heel flap and gusset, and I have like a garter edge on my heel flap because for me that makes it easier to pick up the stitches for the gusset. I cast on 64 stitches on 2.25 millimeter needles for Lars and then just go to town. This is Opal yarn. I do not have a colorway for you because it is part of their subscription, their abo. So yeah, another pair of socks to keep his feet warm during fall, winter, and spring. He is so kind and wears his knitted socks a lot. It makes me so happy. We just had we went sailing. Yes, I went sailing. Yeah, not for long because then the wind started blowing. But I went on the boat and I went sailing. I'm proud of myself. But it is because something very important happened. My husband turned 50, so we were celebrating him. And I asked him, what do you want for your birthday? What do you want to do on your birthday? And he was like, I don't want a big, huge party on the day. I want to go sailing. So of course, that's what we did. And we had a very, very lovely time until the wind started blowing. But that was not on his birthday, so it was all good. So yeah, another pair of socks for Lars. Okay, things are stacking up here. Let me see if I can make some room for socks. 2 more pairs. Summer sock camp, right? Speaking of cuffs and ribbing, I've been playing around a little bit. And I know this might not really be the perfect ribbing for the cuff, but well, you gotta try something every once in a while. I have done a 3x1 for the cuff on these socks. It's still very stretchy, but it doesn't really bounce back the way a 1x1 or a 2x2 does. But it doesn't matter. They fit well on my foot. It's fine. And then for the rest, it's just a vanilla sock. And then I had leftovers from a yarn by Alonelysocklady, some red and white stripes. And since we're on the boat, I thought these colors were just perfect. I have a project bag. I did not bring it up here, but you will see it in the footage from the trip that has kind of boat thingies, maritime on there. And it fits these colors. So this is by Alonelysocklady, and I'm blanking on the colorway name. I'm sorry, I will put it on the screen. And then this blue main color is by Ahomespunhouse. Starry Night is the colorway. And then I had a mini from Christina Birkefibre. She does not dye yarn anymore, but she has still done an advent for this year. And mine just arrived the other day. I'm so excited. Her theme for this year is kings and queens of all times here in Denmark. Oh my gosh, I am so excited. She's kind of a history buff. She knows all sorts of things. So I'm so excited to open and see the colors, and maybe, hopefully, Christina, you'll tell us a little bit about the kings and queens. I love to hear her telling stories on her podcast. It's just, yeah. it makes me relax, and I feel like I'm in such good company. I will link Christina's podcast down below if you have not watched. She podcasts mainly in Danish, but she has an English episode from the last knit-a-thon, so go check her out. Yeah, they're just vanillas, but then with the stripes and just, playing around with colors a little bit. 56 stitches, increased to 64, and then, yeah, that's it. And then these. Boy, did I have a lot of ends to weave in yesterday. But I don't really mind. It was okay. Same type of cuff, 3x1 ribbing. It's fine. I have tried a 2x1 ribbing on another pair that I will show you, and I think I like that better. These are scrappy socks. Last year, I was given the most beautiful present from my friend Annemette. She's Retro1000 on Instagram, and she's an amazing knitter. She's so talented. I saw a pair of socks that she did the other day. I don't know the construction of those socks. Yeah, very, very interesting and very, very, very pretty. She does not podcast, but I will leave a link to her Instagram in case you want to go see all the beautiful things that she's knitting. So she just gifted me some little scraps. I have some of them. I've used a lot of them, but these are some of what is left. I have no colorway names or anything. It's just little balls of yarn. And then this is a magic ball that magic knot ball that I've started with the other leftovers because my sweet Ella, she just turned 13. She likes to crochet, and we talked about that I could just put all my little leftovers into a magic knot ball for her, and then at some point she has yarn for a granny stripe blanket. She's a very, very talented crocheter. I'm just amazed at what she can make with that little hook. It's so cool. But yeah, other than the fact that they're scrappy, they're just plain old vanilla socks with a slip stitch heel flap gusset with a garter edge and a wedge toe. They're so much fun. How many pairs of socks was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pairs. These were my pair number 13 for summer sock camp of this year. And I do have a couple more on my needles, so I'm thinking I might hit 14, 15 pairs for summer sock camp. I'm pretty satisfied with that. That's okay. Okay, let's move on to whips. In this bag, this was part of Alonelysocklady's Advent. When you get her, she has an Advent where she does 4 sock sets. So 1 for each Sunday in Advent. You also get like little trinkets and a bag. And this was the first year for me. Was that back in 2021, I think? And I love this bag. It's so cool. Let me see the maker. She's from the UK, and it's So Beautiful by Nicola. Very, very beautiful bag. And I keep all my pins on there. And I just added a couple of new ones. I put on my Elton John one from the It's Yarn Advent from last year. And I added my own badge, the Playful Knitter. And then this one. I got myself this one when I was getting some little things together for Cherie from the Ollie and Bella podcast. I did a swap with her. I will show you the extremely generous and beautiful things that she sent me a little later today. But this one, Tea Time, or Tea Lover. But in here is another pair of socks for Lars, of course. I've been knitting up some opal yarn that I have, which is Van Gogh themed, so Van Gogh paintings. And since I am going crazy with knitting all my socks in tandem. Here are both the socks. This one is just about to start, the leg, and this one is about halfway. I do 64 stitches, 15 rounds of 1x1 ribbing where I twist the knit stitch. Then I do 50 rounds of leg, a heel flap, slip stitch, heel flap, and gusset. Oh boy. And then the foot and a wedge toe. And then I have a pair of socks for my husband. And this is the yarn that I'm using, the Opal Vincent van Gogh, and the colorway number is 5435. And this colorway is inspired by this painting right here. It is called Sternennacht, Starry Night. Kind of a lot of like yarn to, but I'm managing, it's fine. Socks for Lars. And then as part of the wonderful present that I got from Cherie is this bag. This is so awesome. I love it so much. So Cherie texted me, she said, do you want to cast on the yarn that we sent each other together? And I was like, yes, please, that'd be so much fun. So we cast on the other day. She was at the movies and I was sitting cozy at home in my knitting chair, and we cast on with some of the yarn that we sent each other. So here's how far I am. These socks are for me, even though Ella did ask me, who are those socks for, Mom? Might they be for me? It's like, no, these are for me, but I'm pretty sure that I have enough so I can do a pair of shorties for you. So I have done 30 rounds of leg for myself right here. And then I'm ready to start the heel on this one. And then I'm just knitting away on the leg on this one. And the yarn is, this is what the cake looks like. And this yarn I've never tried before. And that's what's so excited about these swaps, right? This is a King Cole zigzag 4-ply suitable for socks. It's 100 grams. Let me see, 75-25 superwash wool nylon, and the color number is 4811. This is the label. I felt like it was Christmas Eve and my birthday all in one when I got that package. It's just amazing. Okay, in here is a new design that Cara and I are doing. Sockknittersclub, we want to do a version of our Wrap 'em All heel for Socktober, but also with another new heel. And I cast on yesterday, and I'm on the toe. These are DK weight socks, and I want to show you the yarn. I'm not going to show you too much of the sock because I want to be sure that this is what we're doing. But this yarn I was generously gifted by Henriette by Kielerek. She has a store and she also dyes yarn. But she gifted me these two actually last year, so I feel bad I haven't cast them on until now, but to try them out for socks, because this doesn't really, if you look at it, I was like, is that sock yarn? But it does have some polyamide in there. So I'm testing them to see how they will fare. These socks are house socks. So here's the front. There's something other I've not tried before going on the other side of the heel. I'll show you that another time. But I think this yarn is so squishy, and I can just imagine myself on a cold, cold winter's night wearing these socks and being so very, very comfy. I'm on, whoops, there goes the yarn. I'm on the toe. So they're fast. I'm knitting them on a 3.25 millimeter needle, the Jagu red lace, because that's what I do. And excuse me, let me just pick up this yarn. This colorway right here, it's Rosario's for, is that pronounced Olhapim? I don't know. But this colorway is number 10. And it's kind of self-striping, but I don't know what you call that. It takes a bit of time before the color changes. I think that this is just, yeah. I did this one for contrast for the cuff, the heel, and the toe. And then for the other sock, I'm gonna do reversed. Yeah. And this one is the main color on the first sock and will be the contrast on the second sock. And this color number is 13. It's so soft. It's kind of like a chainette. Can you see? Yeah, I think you can see the structure of the yarn. So it's really, really nice. I'm enjoying it immensely. Siffy, you know you're not supposed to be on the piano, and every time I podcast, you jump up on there. She's being very spiffy looking at me. Silly girl. All right, it is time for some music. I will do it as an overlay for some footage from Lars's and the girls and I from the trip that we took sailing. We also went to a yarn store on the Danish island of Ærø, and it was just beautiful. It's a yarn store that I've wanted to visit for so long, and I asked the owner if I could take a bit of footage and show you guys, and she said yes. So I also bought something there, but I'll show you in a minute. I just want to bring back these pins right here because today's music is inspired by these. I was just thinking, what should I play this time? I didn't really have a knitter in mind, or I'm not doing podcaster of the day just for this episode. So I was looking right here, and then I have this needle minder right there. It says, don't worry, be happy. So yeah, today's music is inspired by that phrase. So don't worry, be happy. I invite you all to sit back, relax, and let your stitches flow. All right, let me show you what other wonderful and beautiful little trinkets was in the package from Cherie. We had agreed to swap some commercial yarn and a bag and some hand-dyed scraps and little chocolate and some tea and stuff. And I mean, Cherie, she went crazy. And she just gifted me all the lovely things. First of all, this bag was not the only bag that she sent me. She also sent me this one. I love it. I love all the colors that she sent me. It's just, they're so gorgeous. The perfect bag. Perfect for my socks. And some more yarn. Look at how this matches. I love it. This is West Yorkshire Spinner's signature 4-ply in the colorway Summer Sunset. And this is a brand that I've never tried before either. James Brett Funny Feet, also 4-ply sock yarn, and it has bamboo in it. And let me see. It says shade FZB17 and the dye 21. I'll show you. But how fun is this? Such fun. And a little progress keeper, just perfect with a little kitty with a yarn ball on there. So cute. And look at the card. A little ray of sunshine. It was not little for me. It was a huge beam. A huge ray of sunshine. And then we also swapped a couple of fat quarters. So I will be making some bags out of these. And some tea and some chocolate. I've already had some. It is lovely and delicious, as well as the tea. And then I'm gonna make noise. Hold on. In here is just like a bag of candy, knitting candy. Just a couple of them right there. They're so beautiful. I cannot wait to make myself a pair of scrappy socks with these, or maybe I'll put them in a blanket. I don't know. We'll see. But just, yeah. Thank you so much, Cherie. Wow. Okay. I also bought myself a couple of things. I have my subscription, the monthly Sock Club from It's Yarn, and this is the one for August, and it's called Very Nice. I love this. I mean, look at this with the speckles on the mini. That's gonna be a beautiful pair of socks. If I don't make a shawl, I don't know. I'm feeling the shawls. And then my sweet friend Christina was destashing, and I saw this. She used to be part of Burke and Berg, the Danish yarn dyers, and I was such a fan of their yarn. And she had these are 4 20-gram minis wound together in these neons. So much fun. I don't think. Oh yeah, Fiber Folk 2021. So minis that they made for a yarn event in 2021. Christina dyed these herself. I love them so much. And I feel like I say and then all the time. I'll try not to. I was texting with a sweet friend, Natasha. She's the one who does the bags and who also did the print for this one, the jack-o'-lantern. And I was like, well, I would like a bag with a logo for the Playful Knitter. Would that be possible? And she's like, of course. Let me know some of your ideas and we'll work together on it. So if you've noticed here on my channel, like the banner of the channel is new. That is also this logo that Natasha made for me. And then the little round one with the little knitting lady is the one that my oldest daughter, Augusta, knit. Or no, she did not knit it. She drew it for me. So I'm so happy with those logos. The one that Augusta made is also the one on my badges. But this is the one that Natasha made. Isn't that amazing? Oh my gosh. So I got it on a bag in just sparkling black. But then I also got one in gold. And these two are mine, but I also did purchase a couple more that I will use for future giveaways. So keep an eye out for those if you're interested. And then she sent along her little badge right here, and this is her logo. She has Deadly Dasies. I have not said before, this is very late in the episode to say so, but everything I've talked about, patterns, shops, yarn dyers, everything will be linked below. Podcasters, Instagrammers, everything. I'll leave a link in the description box below, and if there's something there that you don't find, just leave me a comment and I'll help you as best as I can. So yeah, these bags, I'm tickled pink. Speaking of bags, before I show you my last purchase from the yarn store that you just saw that we went to, I want to say a couple of things, just a little note on these bags. These bags are made by me. Bags by the Playful Knitter. I did not put my tag in here because this is my personal one, so I was like, no need. But these are little peekaboo bags, and the reason that I'm talking about them here on my channel, because I wasn't really going to say much about it, but you've been so sweet to ask where you can purchase them. As of right now, I do not have a shop. I'm contemplating opening an Etsy shop, but that would include me sitting down and reading all kinds of stuff so I know how to do everything. And right now I don't have the brain space for that, but I do have a page on Instagram. It's called Bags by the Playful Knitter, and I have pictures on there on kits or bags that are for sale. And what you do is just shoot me a message and we'll just figure out everything. I mostly ship to Denmark, but these within the last couple of weeks, I've sent something off to the States a couple of times, and shipping and everything, but we figured out a way that I can send it signed and tracked, and without the amount being too astronomical. But right now there's only this bag for sale on there, and it comes as a kit with yarn, a progress keeper, and then there's this extra print by Natasha on the lining, and then there's also a merit badge from Natasha with a jack-o'-lantern on there. So that's all that's for sale, but I do have some coming up that will be Halloween themed. I will let you know when they're ready for sale, and if not, you can just follow along in there if you want to. But thank you all so very much for your interest. It's so kind of you. Okay, last thing to show you today before the giveaway is my purchase from Ghana, the store that I went to on AOA. They have so many beautiful things, and I have wanted to try their yarn for a long time, but they go to yarn events, and you can go to their booth and just look at all the yarn, but it's always very, very busy. So, and for me, I'm kind of like, then I kind of draw back and just like, no, I'll do some other time. But I wanted to feel the yarn and look at it in person before purchasing, since it was a yarn that I didn't know, I didn't have any experience with. So let me just make a whole lot of noise and I will be back and show you the yarn. What I purchased is a kit for this right here. This is called Ghana Hoodie, and it's kind of like a hoodie, but with also kind of a cowl. Maybe you can see it like this, right there. And they had so many beautiful colors, but what I did, I chose these two because they're held double. I love yellow. Yellow is my color. And then, I mean, honestly, if they had like the mohair in this, I would have purchased it. But I thought that these would be fine. It'll tone it down just a little bit. It's perfect. It'll go good with my winter jacket. And this is their Canva base. It is 73% super kit mohair and 27% silk. And this is light yellow, sad gul in Danish. And this base is Nobilis. The colorway is 613, just calls yellow. It is 100% super fine lamb's wool. These are 50 gram skeins. So soft. And this silk mohair, I mean, it feels like butter. So I'm excited to knit this up. I don't know when I'm going to cast it on because I do have another cast on that's a fairly large one coming up because I'm doing knit along that I'm hoping that you guys will participate in. My friend Maya Lady, she's a Danish podcaster, and Camilla from Camajo Knit. They're just the sweetest girls, and we're doing knit along for Camilla's Yellow Lichen on Rocks because I've wanted to knit that forever. And we met up at a yarn event, Maya and Camilla and I, and we're just like, should we do a knit along for this one in the fall? And we chatted about it the other day and we're like, yes, let's do it. So more info to come on that one. We will cast on beginning of September, but I'll let you know more. I will let you know more about all the details at a later point in time because time is running. I want to let you guys go before an hour, before we hit the hour mark. Okay. Giveaways. Last time's winner, Anita, I just want to say a quick note to you because normally I ask you guys to contact me on Instagram if you have won something, and then we can figure out the details from there. But Anita, I know it was a bit, Instagram didn't really work for you. So if you would maybe just send me an email with your shipping info on Sockknittersclub@gmail.com. I will put it here on the screen. So that's what we'll do for the giveaways today. If you won, please just send me your shipping info on Sockknittersclub@gmail.com. Yep. So that one was for Anita from last time. And then for this episode's winner, the prize is this beautiful skein of yarn from Catherine from Rasende Kreativ, Furiously Creative. It is beautiful sock set. You also get these little trinkets. There's a progress keeper right there. And this, I thought that this was some sort of scent last time. And Catherine was like, it's tea. Of course it's tea. Duh, Malene. It's licorice tea. I'm so excited to try mine. It's called Licorice Love. It smells divine. And there's some stickers and everything. Here's her logo. She does have a shop and it will be linked. And there's also this lip balm with mint scented. So yeah, this is the giveaway, and the winner is Joanne Con 545. I will put up a picture right here because mohair on my nose. The only way that you can know that you've won here on my channel is if I announce it here on screen and put up a picture. And please, Joanne, send me a message on Sockknittersclub@gmail.com with your shipping info, and we'll figure it out and get these things out to you. Okay, I showed you this skein of yarn last time. It is donated very kindly by Dorrit of Ladybug Yarn. It is her sparkle base glitter sock. The colorway is Little John. And that's the giveaway for today. If you're interested in winning this one, leave me a comment. You can write anything you want. But what I could be curious about, if you want to tell me, is have you ever done a swap with anybody? With a friend or maybe somebody you didn't know? Yeah, let me know in the comments below, and I will draw a winner and announce on the next episode. So, yeah. There's yarn and things all over now. The cat has finally fallen asleep. And I will let you guys go and say thank you so very, very much for being here. Thank you for watching, for liking, for subscribing. You're truly helping me grow this channel, and I appreciate it so very much. Until next time, I wish you all the best and lots of hygge. Take care. Bye.